morning. Marianne from Coastal Love and Decor. Okay, I hope you guys are having an awesome Friday. Okay, so today we are going to do a metal turtle on a wood round. Okay, with the turtles, I bought these, I believe, off of Amazon. They were this color. I spray painted them silver, and then I added silver glitter to the top to give it that little bit of glitz. So that's what I did with the turtle. All right, so my board I got from Hobby Lobby. I cut the hanger off, and so I don't have to tape up around. It's just a pain in the butt to tape around your round. I use the liquid latex, and I brush it all the way around and let it sit overnight so that when I do my pour, if I get any drips, the next day all I gotta do is pull this latex off and all your drips come up. It's just a lot easier. Okay, so I'm gonna put some cups here just to raise this up a little bit. Okay, try to make that straight. Now, I painted this with two shades of blue. One was a shimmer and one was a metallic. And all I did was just slathered it on, and I love the color of this for the background. Okay, so what we're going to do first is I'm just going to sit my turtle here where I'm going to put it. We're going to put our embellishments on first before we do the resin. I do have my resin mixed up, and I don't have that much time to play around here. So I think I'm going to go right there with my turtle. All right, so now we're going to use some crushed shell. I get this from Michael's. And I'm going to make it look like he's swimming into the ocean away from the beach. So the bottom part will be my beach. So I'm just going to add the crushed shell. And you can add as much or as little as you like. I thought about doing waves on this, and I changed my mind. I was going to put some white waves in, but I changed my mind. But you could do that. I'm just going a little bit simpler with this piece. Now, I already used a smaller turtle. If you saw my short, that was on a gallery wrapped canvas. So what I did there is exactly what I'm doing here, but on a different surface. Okay. So I'm going to kind of let's put some more up in here. Just like so. And I don't want it all the way to the edge. Let's do a little bit more up in here. And we're just going to do that. For now, if I want to add more, I can do that as I go along here. But now what I want to do is add some glass. So we're going to add some glass like it's a water line. So get your position whatever way your crushed shell position. I love this pearlized crushed shell for all my beach areas. It's my go-to. It is my favorite. All right, so now we're going to use the glass, and I'm going to run it along the edge of, I'm calling the shoreline. So I'm just going to run it along the shoreline like so. Give it a little bit of sparkle. I'm all about sparkle. Love sparkle. Have some more here. And we're just going to run that all along the edge of your crushed shell. And again, you add as little or as much as you want. And I'm just going to go clear up here. We're just going to add that. Just like so. And let's add a few more pieces in here. And maybe a few on here. Then after I pour the resin, I might add, you know, a few more pieces on top of the glass to give it a little bit more dimension. We'll see how it goes. But that looks good. I think I'm good with that. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that. I don't like this great big piece up here. Let's just do that. Oh, move that in. Okay. There you go. That's pretty easy peasy. So you do what you like. Add more, add less, whatever triggers your trigger. Okay. Now, we're going to add some seashells that I picked. So, all right, I'm just going to lay them out because I'm going to have to do my resin first for these big pieces. I'm going to put, let's see, I'm going to go like this. Actually, let me start pouring some of my resin and then adding my seashells. That's what I'm going to do. But before I do that, I'm lifting my turtle up because my turtle is going to be my last piece going down. Okay, so I'm going to lift it up. And we're going to put that aside. All right, let me throw on some gloves. And I'm using J. Diction High Gloss Epoxy. And it's a 1.5 inch pour. Although it works for this as well. Alrighty. So, I kind of poured my resin in 2 cups so it wouldn't get so hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over my shells like this. And get it all covered up. Let me get my other stuff out of the way here. And we're just going to cover that up so that it has everything adhere to the board. Okay, so I mixed up, this is a 14-inch round circle, and I mixed up 5 ounces for this project. So I'm hoping it's good to go. In other words, enough. So let me get along the edge here. All right. So now I'm just going to start pouring this. I'm doing it on the stick just to try to avoid bubbles, but it's no biggie because for this I can use my torch or my heat gun. So I want to get all this off or out of here. That's what I'm saying. I hope I did enough. And we're just going to add this. I'm going to just leave a little bit. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my glove hand and go all over this. To spread it out. Yeah, my resin's getting warm. I should have got everything ready and then mixed my resin, but I try to make my videos as quick as possible, but that don't always work out like that, but I do try. Whoop, there goes a piece of glass. All right, let's get a little more in here. Get this going. And we're just going to, I want to leave a little bit in case I need more. I'm running my finger around it. Usually I get that last, but I'm just trying to catch any drippings to wrap around the side. And again, remember we have our latex on the bottom, so we don't have to worry about the drips. Now that looks pretty darn good. So I got a little bit left over. I'm going to take my heat gun to this, pop any bubbles, because we'll add our turtle next. I'm just going to go like so. Just a quick pass so it brings up any bubbles, and this is looking good. So now I'm going to add my turtle. So let's go right like that. I'm just gonna drop him like so. He's good. And I got a piece of glass in his fin there. Let me see if I can get this. Yep, and I'm just gonna drop it over there. Alrighty, now I'm gonna take some resin and I'm gonna go over this bottom edge again to add my shells. Okay, so we're gonna add this one here. Now, you could cover all your shells. I don't want to do that. Now, you might want to wiggle that in there just a little bit, like so. And then, let's see, we're going to do, what was I doing? I had it all planned out in my head. And I see a spot here, right there. Okay, I'm going to put this, I believe, right here. Now I'm gonna just put a little smidgen along the bottom there so it attaches to the shell underneath. And then I think I was doing this here. So I'm going to push some of my glass out of the way because I want to get it. I can rearrange my glass. So I kind of want that there. And let me see, where's my glass? I'm just going to add a couple little pieces around the shell. I'll get my toothpick and we're just going to push it in there like so. Just like that. Okay. And then, and actually I'm just going to put just a smidgen right there so they attach to each other. Just like so. Then I have my knobby starfish, which I'm going to put here. All right, so I have a piece of glass there. I think, let me see if I can move it a little bit. And we're just going to put this right here. Yep, nope. Just like so. All right, you definitely don't want to cover your knobby starfish with resin, but I'm going to put some right by it. See, this is why you want to leave just a little extra resin, just to help attach your shells. And then next, let's see, what do I want to do? I think I want, yeah, we're gonna do this one down right in here. We're just gonna put that one in there. And again, I'm just pushing it in there so it gets attached. And this one here, I want it in here, like so. And I'm going to move that glass in a little bit. And I think I'm going to put a few more little pieces of glass right in there. Get my toothpick, just like so. All right, make sure this is moved in. I think I might put just a little bit of crushed shell right in here. Just a little bit. That looks good. Now let's put this one right here. I think that's what I want. We're just going to drop him in here. And I may just cover that one a little bit. I am going to cover just this one. Okay. Now we're going to add some smaller shells. So let's put one here. Let's put one in here. Okay. I think I want a starfish up there. Let's add a starfish right in there. Okay. And then I think a nice small starfish in here as well. I'm just going to drop it in there like so. And let's see. Let me get some more mini shells here. I'm just going to take some mini shells and I'm just going to drop them here and there. Okay, I just want some small ones up in there. Let's put a little one in there. Just move that a little bit. So you do You decorate your board the way you want. And let's put one in there. And let's see. We definitely need some up in here. Let's put one right in there. Don't want any more white ones. So we're just going to go there, here. So that's what you do. You just drop them randomly wherever you want. Put that one there. And I hope I'm having enough resin to cover what I just dropped. And I'm just looking for some areas that just need a little something. No particular reason. And I think I'm liking that. Let's put one right there. All right, let me push this in. There we go. Now, I'm thinking that looks pretty good. I'm just checking. I just don't want a big blank space. You know, I say, okay, that's enough, and then it's more. Look at that little shell there. I want to slide you down in there. And then I add more. That's what I do. I do it all the time. I'll say, oh, okay, that's enough. We'll wait. So like I say, it's your preference. I think that looks good. Now, I do want to add a pearl. If I can find my pearls. I just have them in front of me. Because I want to put pearls in those shells, and I don't, here they are. Oh my goodness. So, yeah. I'm just going to put just a drop in there. And a drop in there. And then I'm just going to add some pearls. Let's see. That one needs a bigger one. So I'm just going to take that and drop that in there. Like so. And we're going to take another one. And drop that in there. It's stuck to my glove. If I can get it off. And this also happens. It doesn't go where you want it to. If I can get it picked up. Well, sometimes what you do is you leave it there and you get another. So I'll just get another. And there it is. So I think I will put a couple more in here. Because most of my pieces always have a starfish and a pearl. That's what I like. So one more, and then I think I'm done. Let's put it up here by the starfish. Well, guess that's where that's going. All right, now we're going to take the little bit we have and we're going to cover up where we drop shells so that they stay. Now, if something falls off tomorrow, I can use my UV resin to attach anything that's fallen off. All right, where else? I just want to make sure. Oh, I don't want it on my knobby starfish. Okay, we'll just get in there. Get this starfish. I think I've gotten everything. Now I'm just going to get down low and make sure I don't have any spots where I think I should put more resin. And actually that worked out. The 5 ounces worked out. Okay, so now I'm going to take my heat gun to it. Got a bubble right there. What the heck's going on there? Okay. And you know, I think I'm going to put just a couple little acrylic bubbles. I'm just going to put them in randomly. Let's put one there. Let's put one up in here. Sometimes I like to flip over. Ugh, I need my different ones. Here we go. Now we're going to have a fight. There we go. Now I'm going to move that back down there. Put one there. Maybe I'll just use my tweezers because these have flat backs. And my problem is my glove is sticky, so let's put one right there. And let's put one right in there. That looks good. Just a few. Need to flip it. I can't get them to flip over. That's what my problem is with my sticky glove. Let's put one up in here. And let's just put one right there. Make it look like it's the bubbles of water along the shoreline. I think that's all I'm going to put on there. I did think about putting some there, but I changed my mind. I think that is good. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glove finger and where there's resin dripping, I'm going to go around and make sure that the side is all covered in resin. And you can feel it. You can feel when there isn't any resin. And I'm just going around with my glove finger. Let's get over here. We're just going to go around. Because it goes smooth, and if you missed a spot, it doesn't glide as much. And I'm gonna need, that's good. I got this one little side. I'm looking for a resin that dropped so I can get this side. Let me see if I can get some. Here we go. Just grab some out of the cup and put on my finger. I'm hoping you can see this in the video, because this is a kind of big piece, and I didn't want to put my camera way up in the air. Okay, that's good. See, now my finger's gliding, and that's what you want. It's just gliding, so I know I got it all. Now that's it. So this is very easy to do. Anybody can do it. So if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think about this piece in the comments. So I want to thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. If you like what you see, and if you wouldn't mind, please hitting the like button, that would help my page. And if you want to see more of what I create, just hit that little turtle on the bottom right hand side of your video, and you will be able to subscribe. So I just want to thank all my followers, all my subscribers. I appreciate you all. And I hope you all have a great weekend. Bye.